So we've got our table completed now. Now we're going to look at the pivot table. So pivot table will display the total salary by department, only showing grade AP4. Show the salary total as a percentage also. So these are quite common requests for a pivot table. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to have to calculate the total salary by department. And I'm going to have to get it to filter only to show grade AP4. And then it wants the salary as a percentage. So because it's using total salary twice, I'm going to have to use that field twice in a pivot table. So if we click inside our table and do Control A, it will highlight the full thing, go to our Insert tab, and then Pivot Tables over there on the left. And you always want to go for a new worksheet with a pivot table. So we want it to be totaled by department, so I'm going to select department first. We want it to be filtered by grade, so I'm going to drag grade into the filters. We want to show the total salary, so I've selected that. We also want to show it as a percentage, so I need to put it down there a second time. So we want this to be AP4. That's taking away a department because one department doesn't have any AP4. Now even though we know that this is currency, we need to make it look like currency. That's the first thing. And this first one is total salary by department. And if you're not sure what letters you should or should not capitalise, my advice is to go all capitals. And I'm going to change that just to say departments. And this will become the overall total. It's always good to get into the habit of changing those labels as early as possible. So we've got our sum here. We've got it filtered to AP4. We've changed 3 of the labels. We need to sort out this last one here. So to make this into a percentage, we click on the drop down arrow, we go to view value field settings, and we want to show the value as a percentage of the grand total. This is the most common request in pivot tables for a second field. Click OK and you'll see now it has changed the percentages to change the numbers to show the percentage of the overall total each department is. So you can see that the finance department demands the highest amount of salary of all the departments. We want to change this to percentage of total salary. Make sure it's wide enough to fit that. And again, it's already formatted to percentage, so we don't need to do anything else. And that's our pivot table done. So you've changed the name to all the labels, you've filtered it appropriately, you've made sure that this is currency, you've made sure this is a percentage, both are 2 decimal places, which is good practice. Capitalised effectively, you can now print it out. That is your pivot table complete.